WWL-TV, Channel 4, New Orleans. Len Cannon, Susan Roberts, Mike Haas, and meteorologist Carl Arredondo. This is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
A tragic accident in New Orleans East claims the life of a 3-year-old child.
Another Sunday letdown as the Saints lose to the Los Angeles Rams.
And are other forms of gambling hurting business at the New Orleans Fairground? Good evening. A routine visit by a heating and plumbing worker turned tragic in New Orleans East today.
Cynthia Rattler called A-Bright Heating and Plumbing Service to get someone to light the pilot in her home heating unit this morning. The company sent Joseph Barousis to the 4900 block of Sandalwood. He arrived in a van with his 3-year-old son, Shane Alexander. While the son was in the van, it somehow caught fire, trapping the boy inside. Cynthia Rattler explains the horrible events.
And he came in and proceeded to, work on the heater. And the 3-year-old, just wandering in and out, went back into the van. And the next thing we know, the van was on fire. And there was a small explosion, and the neighbors tried to get him out, but he didn't make it. He burned to a crisp in a van.
Police are investigating whether the little boy somehow may have caused that fire. The van did contain some chemicals. Joseph Barousis did suffer minor burns on his arms while trying to rescue his son. Very tragic story out there.
Well, it is a scene that is becoming all too familiar on a Sunday, unfortunately. Unfortunately
is right. The Saints going down in defeat in games they should be winning.
That's right.
Mike Haas joins us now to let us know more about the event in the Dome.
Remember when we thought the Steelers' loss was the worst?
We thought.
Then the Falcons' loss was the worst. Then the Packers' loss was the worst. And the Browns' loss was the worst.
I know.
The granddaddy of them all this afternoon, my man, in the Superdome. Saints fans had made it clear this week that a loss to the Rams would be the straw that breaks the camel's back. The Rams coming in, certainly not of the caliber of teams the Saints have lost to recently. The Browns, though, they're not that good. The Packers and the Niners. So this would be a huge barometer of where this team stands after 13 games, and it ain't too good. To the Superdome this afternoon, the Rams, on their first possession, give the Saints a big break. Sam Mills snatching the ball loose. He takes it 30 yards for the score, 7-0 New Orleans. The Saints led 13-10 at halftime. However, on the opening kickoff of the second half, it comes to Fred McAfee. He is hit. Loose ball picked up by the Rams. Fumble by the Rams. Finally by Darrell Boykin for the touchdown. 17-13 Rams. 23-13 Rams. Then Dalton Hilliard in the fourth quarter, a 2-yard touchdown. 23-20. The Saints were still in it. Last-ditch effort. Wade Wilson on fourth down throws another incomplete pass. The Saints are now 7-6 as they lose at 23-20. And we'll hear from Coach Moore and a lot more highlights or lowlights, however you want to look at them, coming up in sports.
All right. Thank you, Mike. We'll look forward to those extra highlights. As you can imagine, Saints fans were pretty livid about the loss, and you can tell us.
I talked to many of them today. In fact, spirits may be at an all-time low. With 2 minutes to go, it wasn't totally out of the question. But after 1, 2, 3 tries, that was that. And the party was over.
Pitiful. Pitiful, sad.
Pitiful. I can't believe this happened.
Ridiculous. They pull those safeties up. When they pull those safeties up, they can't run the ball, so that's it.
Still love them. I still love the Saints. Go Saints, go.
How about next year?
Time for the bags again.
Saints to the stupid bowl. A new staff. Everybody, get rid of all of it.
Yeah, well, I just came to see the Saints stations anyway. That's about the only action the Saints offense,
Why when all the Turnbull wasn't playing today? I don't know. Season's over with. They won't even make the playoffs. Pull out the bags, fans.
That's it. Ready to go home. It's over with.
This is entertainment. It's theater for me. And what they're supposed to do is to provide me with the best theater and the best entertainment that they have to offer.
They going to the toilet bowl! They going to the toilet bowl!
The diehard Saints fans were obviously hard to find in this crowd. In fact, the jokes seemed to be taken to a new level, one the Saints themselves may not find laughable. Up next for the Saints, Monday Night Football against the New York Giants.
Well, not a lot to laugh about in terms of the lottery either. The jackpot has jumped by an unusual amount thanks to an unclaimed ticket. The jackpot now stands at $4 million after no one matched all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. The additional money, by the way, comes from a lotto prize in June that no one collected. In case you missed the numbers, there they are: 11, 12, 23, 28, 33, and 38. Well, it's been 2 weeks since the fairgrounds opened for its winter racing season, and business is slightly up.
But as Stephanie Regal reports, other forms of gambling have hurt the track and other tracks around the state so much in recent years, those numbers really don't mean that much.
It's a New Orleans institution and one of the country's oldest racetracks, the fairgrounds, but it faces an uncertain future.
Our attendance numbers and our mutual handle numbers are a little bit ahead of last year, but keep in mind that's coming on about a 40% slide, 20% each year.
Last season, both attendance and the amount of money people bet at the track were off 20%. Besides that, the track lost $3 million during the 92-93 fiscal year. That's why even though numbers from the first 2 weeks of the new racing season look promising, they're not good enough.
To be back up 2 or 3% in mutual handle here, while it's a very positive sign for us, we sort of feel like we're standing on a reef in the middle of the ocean waiting for the next big wave.
The problem is nationwide in scope and affects racetracks all over the country. But it's been particularly bad here, and you can probably guess why. New and competing forms of gambling.
People go for a whole weekend up in Mississippi, where when they leave like the Friday night, and they stay up there the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. When they come back to Sunday, they don't want to come to the races, they rest.
Harold DELAHOUSSAYE heads the association that oversees the state's horse racing and breeding industries and says the problem isn't just the fairgrounds.
It looks bad. Just looks bad. Like I said, all the gambling going on, the lottery, the casinos in Mississippi have really hurt us too.
In fact, the fairgrounds is doing better than any of the state's other racetracks. Still, those in the industry are worried because the future holds more new forms of gambling, which may ultimately drive the state's oldest form of gambling out of business. Stephanie Regal, Channel 4, Eyewitness News.
Figures from the first 2 weeks of the new racing season show that attendance is about the same as it was last year and that people are betting about 3% more. Well, up next on Eyewitness News, the polls close in Russia as the nation votes on a new constitution and parliament.
And later, more signs of the holiday season around town. We'll take you to the Christmas in New Orleans parade.
These kids know where the Louisiana lottery money is going.
To what?
That's right. The legislature is guaranteed that every dollar of lottery proceeds in 1993 will go to public education. Now, that'll just be a small part of what it costs to teach our children, but it'll help local schools buy everything from flashcards and computers to recreation equipment. In a roundabout way, the real winners of the Louisiana lottery are our kids. Hey, hey.
For the men on your list this holiday season, shop at M. Goldberg in Uptown Square. M. Goldberg offers a wide selection of gifts for men and boys. Comfortable sportswear to play in, casual outfits to relax in, and handsome suits and sport coats to party or work in. M. Goldberg, featuring the great outdoors in shoes and clothing by Timberland, and distinctive shirts and ties by Robert Talbot. So check off all the men on your list with M. Goldberg, where you will always find personal service and free holiday wrapping. M. Goldberg in Uptown Square.
Milk, I like it with really salty potato chips or hot cakes with lots of warm syrup. I drink a lot of milk. You don't believe me, I do. I love milk with Oreo cookie. Can I say Oreos? I like milk with a big piece of chocolate cake. I think I like it best with Robbie by a warm fire. I love milk, I really do.
In the near future, how will New Orleanians shop for their transportation? Will they roam endlessly looking for the ideal wheels and become overwhelmed? Now, News on Wheels and Metro car dealers bring their showroom to your living room. Drive by remote control and see hundreds of choices in half an hour, and let your TV do the driving.
Watch News on Wheels at a special time this Sunday morning at 8 and 11.
Well, it is a crucial election for Russian President Boris Yeltsin.
Russians have cast ballots for a new constitution and parliament. Political consultant Greg Bierman was in Russia earlier this year campaigning for the referendum with Yeltsin and joins us tonight with his insights. Mr. Bierman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you.
What about this new constitution that the people in Russia have approved? Is it anything similar to democracy in the United States?
Well, it's a step in the right direction. Clearly, it's what Yeltsin needs to do his job. It's what he labored for so hard, and it's a step in the right direction. It's not what you and I would think of as the best document in the world, but it's far better than what he had before.
I was going to ask you, is there any difference that we're going to see anytime soon? I mean, even with the new parliament and a new constitution, what is it going to take to really change things over there?
What we're talking about is changing 75 years worth of mentality, and it doesn't happen overnight. As we see here in America, it takes generations to change public policy, and that's certainly true in Russia. I think you will see some changes, but they'll be a long time coming in great detail.
One of the problems that he's going to face, Yeltsin that is some of the hardliners that he dealt with militarily a few weeks ago will be in this new parliament, will they not?
Yeah, they will be, and there's a new strain that's kind of entered into this picture, and the fascist and the anti-Semitics are very strong and apparently running second, and that's a new element. And it's going to make it difficult for him.
Yeah.
Even with Yeltsin, I mean, he talked about reform when he came into office and everything, but it seems like we're still seeing some of the hardline ways. Even we see that on television. I know that some of the ways and the views that are expressed are actually his.
He rules with an iron fist, and he's a very strong-willed individual who comes from a Communist Party background. Yeah. And his style won't change, and I think at the time being anyway, that's what Russia needs.
All right, Mr. Bierman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Well, coming up in sports, Coach Moore reacts to today's loss.
And Mike will have more highlights, if you want to call it that, as the Rams run over the Saints.
What makes you shop at Winners? Well, the location. It's real convenient.
Well, it's convenient. Convenient.
Very convenient. This is just right on the way home, in and out. Great service. I mean, the people are really friendly, and there's a great selection.
I just like Winners. I'm very comfortable here. I just like shopping here.
Winners is the first place I usually come to.
Oh, it's so much easier. I hate mall shopping.
We're away from the crowd. You come over here.
Winners. They have a little bit of everything. This is so great. It's in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, right down the street. Hop, skip, and a jump away.
That's why we shop here, because it's easy.
Lighten up your Christmas shopping with great ideas from the K&B Christmas list. K&B has the lifelike Canadian pine Christmas tree 6 feet tall for just $24.99. The 140 chasing light set, clear or multicolored, is just $7.99 each. And the 1,000-count boxes of silver icicles are 4 for $1 at K&B. So ask for the Christmas list and lighten up your holidays at your convenient K&B drugstore, where season's greetings are personally yours.
Now, the natural splendor of City Park shines with the spirit of the season. Beneath the boughs of majestic oaks, in a turn-of-the-century garden, the celebration begins. Stroll along pathways of sparkling colors, or drive on a magical journey where the lights are on during Celebration in the Oaks, nightly through January 2nd, a joint community project from NOPSI and WWL-TV Channel 4.
It's good. Big difference.
Looks like it's more natural and homemade.
New Lewis Rich carving board ham. Carving board?
Like it's been carved right off a ham. Totally new.
Delicious. Switch to Rich. Lewis Rich. Carving board.
I can't remember tasting better ham.
This is your chance to let the good times roll.
Care to go for a spin?
And there's nothing puzzling about it. On Wheel of Fortune, tomorrow night on WWL-TV Channel 4.
As you saw in Susan's story, there's a lot of conversation about today's loss in the Dome.
Conversation.
And the conversation will be lasting probably all week long.
Until Monday night's game. This was not a very good football team over the past 2 months. It is a pretty bad football team right now. In the Saints' opening 5-game winning streak, they defeated all 3 NFC West foes, Atlanta, San Francisco, and the Rams. In that game, they beat LA 37-6 on the road. Since then, they've dropped 6 of their last 8, including losses to, you guessed it, the Falcons, the Niners, and the Rams. Today, from the Superdome, it would be the Saints getting the first big break. Sam Mills and James Williams stripping the ball from Jerome Bettis, and Sam Mills takes it 30 yards the other way. 7-0 Saints. It was 7-3 New Orleans. This is the man that killed him all day. Jerome Bettis, 71 yards on this touchdown. He did not play at all in the second quarter, yet on the day, 212 yards, 10-7 Rams. The Saints had a chance. Dalton Hilliard on 3rd and goal. Right side, he gets nothing. They had to settle for a Morton Anderson field goal. That tied it at 10. And before the end of the first half, Morton Anderson again, a 32-yarder. The Saints had the lead at intermission, 13-10. Not for long on the opening kickoff of the second half. Fred McAfee, one of his 2 fumbles on the afternoon. Finally, it goes through a host of Rams. Finally to Darrell Boykin, 17-13. Rams have the lead. TJ Rubley didn't have to do much today, but here the touchdown pass to Pat Carter, 23-13 Rams. And look what's back at the Superdome. Wow. Wade Wilson, another rough afternoon, but here through the hands of Dalton Hilliard and right to Henry rolling for the interception. That stopped the drive, but in the fourth quarter, the Saints do get it going. Dalton Hilliard, a vintage Dalton right here, a 2-yard touchdown, 23-20, the Rams with the lead. The Saints went for it on 4th down and they missed. The Rams drove down. Tony Zendejas nails the 49-yarder, but a la Minnesota, holding, take the 3 off the board. The Saints, though, one last opportunity on 4th down. Wade Wilson's pass incomplete. For the first time since 1981, the Saints have lost 3 consecutive home games, 23-20. If you are looking for emotion and anger, it's not there.
I think the things that hurt us were 2 primarily. One was the turnovers obviously hurt us, our turning the ball over to them, which gave them some points, and our inability to consistently stop their running game. We knew going in that they would run the football. We know that Bettis is a great back, and he certainly is.
The Saints will get an extra day to prepare this week as they get ready for their Monday night clash with the New York Giants. Today, the Giants looking for a possible playoff berth with a win over Indianapolis. The New Jersey Meadowlands this afternoon. Phil Simms at quarterback. Already 7-0 Giants. The 17-yard touchdown pass. Great catch by Chris Callaway. They missed the PAT, 13-0. The Colts offense is gone. Jeff George sacked by Carlton Bailey. Indy, no touchdowns in 17 quarters. That's the kind of day they've had. The Giants get some breathing room in the fourth quarter. Jared Bunch, the touchdown. The Giants are your first team in the playoffs. They win it today, 20-6. The Bills on top of the Eagles, 10-7. The Oilers win over Cleveland, 19-17. Tampa Stadium, the Bucks and the Bears, and Buck fans in the Christmas spirit. Second quarter, Mazio Royster scores from 5 yards out. Tampa had an early lead, 10-0. Peter Tom Willis in for the injured Jim Harbaugh on a 4th down play. He is stuffed by the Bucks' Roger Jones, and Tampa holds on to win it 13-10. The battle of the 1 and 11s, the Patriots win it 7-2, somewhat fittingly. Dallas is leading Minnesota 37-14. There in the fourth quarter. Detroit is in Phoenix. The Lions lead by a touchdown. The Broncos lead by 3 over the Chiefs, and the Raiders lead in the fourth quarter as well. The Superdome Classic appears to be a big success this year, drawing 36,000 fans to the Dome for the 5 games Friday and Saturday. In the Classic finale last night, Destrehan and West Monroe for the 5A title. The Wildcats jumped out to an early 14-7 first quarter lead, but they trailed 20-14 at halftime. West Monroe took a 28-14 lead in the fourth quarter before the Wildcats closed that lead to 7, but the Cats could do no more as they lose the state title to West Monroe.
We're going to get over this one. We're going to take a couple days to get on this one. Our guys will be back. They got a little taste of it. They want to be here. We'll be okay.
Big Country came into Bayou Country and was swamped by an LSU defense that propelled the Tigers to a 71-68 upset of 15th-ranked Oklahoma State last night Lakefront Arena. The Tigers at a distinct height disadvantage got strong play inside. Jamie Brandon led LSU. He had 21. The play of the game, 69-68 LSU. Sean Gibson and Lanier Burns tie up Bryant Reeves to ice the victory. Reeves held to 8 points below his average. The Tigers run their record to 3-0.
Since we're not ranked, it's going to help our power ratings a lot. And hopefully this will propel us and make people look at us and make them feel that we are a team to reckon with.
Tulane is just underway against Jason Kidd in California. We'll have that score for you tonight at 10, as well as more on the Saints' latest debacle. That, of course, and more, a lot more on 4th Down on 4. Hopefully get some answers to some of these questions.
That'd be nice. I don't think so. Thanks, Mike. When we come back, Carl says we're in for some rough weather.
He'll tell us when and what right after this.
Talking now with Margot, who says that she will not freeze with Gladlock zipper bags.
No, I like my zipper bags.
Well, we sent a remote crew out to your house, Margot, where your husband, Jerry, is about to replace the new throw pillows on your lovely sofa with either your bag full of chili or the Gladlock bag full of chili. Of course, only Gladlock has the yellow and blue make green seal, so you know it's closed. Your bag doesn't have a green seal.
Use the Gladlock,
Mark, I can't
Jerry.
hear you.
The Gladlock.
There's something wrong. I can't hear what she's saying.
Use the Gladlock.
Whoa, wait, be careful. I only hear...
When it really counts, only Gladlock has the yellow and blue make green seal.
The Men's Warehouse is a fine men's specialty store. We are not a place where you can buy a cheap suit cheap. We are a place where you can buy quality designer clothing at a 20 to 30% discount. I guarantee it.
Winn-Dixie discounts greeting cards 40% every day. This $3 card cost me $1.80, and that's good because I buy cards for everyone. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday to the world's greatest boss. Well, I just found out that Winn-Dixie discounts all magazines 10% every day. Like this $1.99 People cost me only $1.79, so I can read about anything I want. Politics, Hollywood, people from outer space. Wow, Elvis found gardening in Trailer Park.
Hi. Hi. Do you remember me? Oh, yeah. I bought this sweater, and it got these ugly fuzz balls.
Yeah, and it's faded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. How'd you wash it?
Gentle Cycle with my usual detergent.
Right cycle, wrong detergent. Try new Ivory Snow.
Really?
New Ivory Snow Special Baby Gentle Formula cleans safely to help prevent pills, fuzz, and fading better than many regular detergents.
Thanks. Oh, forget something?
Never. New Ivory Snow. Safer care for the things you wear.
You are challenged to match wits with America's brightest minds. Any questions?
What is Louisiana?
Jeopardy! Weekdays on WWL-TV Channel 4.
When it rains, it pours. I think that seems pretty fitting for the day, Carl.
Right.
And more rain's coming?
We have rain coming tomorrow. Unfortunately, some of the rain may be on the severe side, may have some strong and severe thunderstorms around, so tomorrow's definitely a day to keep an eye here on Channel 4. We'll let you know with weather updates all day because we have some strong weather developing in Texas. It's that system that's moving this way. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for tomorrow, but the weekend ended up on the nice side. Conditions outside shape up like this. We're under partly cloudy skies, 55 at the airport and Audubon Park, 52 in Slidell, the humidity at 64%. We have an east wind at 12, so it makes it feel like it's in the mid-40s right now with the wind chill. Pressure 30.04 and falling. High temperature at the airport, 61 degrees, 4 below normal. The low was 33, a chilly 33 out in Kenner, and no rain the past 24 hours. On the National Weather Service radar, we do see some rain showing up from parts of southern Arkansas into northern Louisiana, into western Louisiana and Texas, and this rain extends on into central Texas. So already rain developing ahead of the frontal system that is still well out into parts of West Texas. Now this rain we won't have to deal with for this evening, but later tonight after midnight we do have a chance of rain coming into the forecast. Low temperatures for this morning, well, besides Kenner's 33, basically upper 30s, lower 40s. We had 39 here in the French Quarter, 40 at Audubon Park, 29 in Macomb, and up in Angie. High temperatures today, upper 50s, lower 60s. 59 was the average, and that's about 6 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Now our satellite photograph shows moisture increasing here in Texas. You can see some clouds right here in West Texas. That's in advance with the frontal system that's coming into Texas, bringing already severe thunderstorms through the Texas Panhandle, parts of Oklahoma, northern Texas. A couple of severe thunderstorm watches are in effect. So ahead of this, moisture increasing, and we're going to notice our winds increasing in this area later tonight. So our winds are really going to be whipping tomorrow, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Now this front's going to be swinging on through, so I think our best chance of rain, showers, thunderstorms, maybe on the strong or severe side, will be anywhere from 9 a.m. to about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Then this front should be moving through about this time tomorrow, so during the late morning to mid to late afternoon is the best chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. For tonight, cloudy and breezy. Skies are going to become cloudy. The winds are going to pick up. A slight chance for some rain after midnight. Low temperatures will probably be around midnight because overnight our temperatures will be rising as the south-southeast winds begin to really kick in, bringing in the moisture. Tomorrow, windy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some could be on the severe side. High temperatures will range from the mid-60s to the lower 70s and winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. The marine forecast, 15 to 25 knots will be found tonight as the winds increase, so a small craft advisory for the coastal waters tonight. Winds tomorrow also 15 to 25 from the south-southwest. Still a good range on the tides, but boating not advised because of the winds and the thunderstorms and the 5 to 8 foot seas that'll be building tonight. And your extended forecast as we get the rain out of here tomorrow. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of Thursday will be dry. Thursday night, Friday morning, our next chance we could see some more rain with another frontal system. So a nice weekend, but unfortunately, Monday might be a little rough. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Carl.
Well, still ahead on Eyewitness News.
Another holiday parade rolls through New Orleans.
Presenting the Smart Clapper.
How smart could it be?
Clap twice to turn one appliance on or off, 3 times for another. It knows the difference. Plug 2 appliances into the Smart Clapper, then plug it into any outlet. Switch to away for added security. It turns TV or lights on at the first sound it hears.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off.
The Smart Clapper.
The Smart Clapper is available at Kmart, Eckerd, Osco, and participating True Value hardware stores.
Shopping lessons by radiophone. Step 1, concentrate. Step 2, relax. Step 3, go to radiophone.
Oh, excuse me. Hi, welcome to Radiophone. How can I help you?
This holiday, let your true color come shining through. Radiophone pagers on sale in colors, merry and bright. Service begins at just $6.95 a month. Radiophone pagers, a great gift. Now, wasn't that easy? Visit Radiophone and make your holidays bright.
Want to buy a new or used car, but they're just not giving you enough for your trade? Bring it to Courtesy Honda, the #1 new car dealership in Louisiana. Courtesy Honda on Veterans in Metairie.
At Logan Farms, we're on the move. We're growing fast because our low-salt, spiral-sliced honey-glazed ham is simply the best. We invented the honey-glazed turkey breast, and our whole-smoked turkeys, fixins, and steaks taste great.
Logan Farms is working hard to earn your trust, so we've added extra registers and helpers so you don't have to wait in long lines anymore.
Enjoy the #1 ham. Buy it where you're #1. It's simply the best.
Call Logan Farms Honey Glazed Hams at 456-7311 and make your reservations.
I had drawn blood from a patient who had AIDS and accidentally stuck myself with a needle after drawing blood. 3 months after my needle stick, I tested positive for HIV. Listen to my story and learn from it.
Discussing AIDS with Dr. Patty Wetzel, Monday at 4 on Channel 4.
Yesterday it was uptown, today it was downtown and the French Quarter. The 6th annual Christmas in New Orleans parade started at the Convention Center and ended at Elysian Fields. The parade featured 10 holiday floats, 11 marching bands, and Santa was Cajun chef Paul Prudhomme, quite appropriately, I might add. Coming up on Night Watch, more problems for the state's first gambling riverboat as the Star Casino faces layoffs.
And Governor Edwards is in town tonight for the legislator that is, of the Year Awards. Until 10, have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
You can give your children this holiday season, the most important are memories. Happy holidays from Entergy.
Earlier this year, my son was murdered. He was shot down in cold blood as he arrived at a friend's house. No mother should have to go through that. I'm now working for the Lambert-Boissiere campaign. I agreed to help Lambert for one reason, because I don't want the tragedy that happened to my son and my family to happen to anyone else's. Alone among the candidates for mayor, he has the full commitment, the experience, and the talent to do whatever it takes to make our city safe.
Lambert-Boissiere, Mayor.